But the teams who are in-state will get to play each other twice just for travel purposes there, and they've split their regular season matches.
And the biggest thing about those splits was those wins came for the home team. And when we talked to these coaches, they realized we've got a really good team at home. I'm very curious to see what both of these teams do now on a neutral court for the third time this season.
So the season split looked a little bit like this. Southwestern won in sweep fashion in Weatherford, took care of business at home, and of course the Southwestern Bulldogs under Coach Josh Collins, the number 3 seed coming in, and that's a place that Coach Collins is well familiar with. As a matter of fact, Southwestern's been the number 3 seed 5 of the last 8 years, and a number of times over the course of their tenure in the GAC. For East Central, it was a 4-game win, winning 3-1 in Ada, and took care of business not only at home. You talked about the home court advantage then for the two teams. That's been East Central's MO for the course of the entire year.
It has, and of course they're going to see how they travel and if they can get into day 2 here in the conference tournament. And when you look at SWOSU, they've really relied on their defense. They've got one of the best defenses in the conference with a .149 hitting percentage that's tied for first in the conference. They're going to really lean into that defense in this first game. As for East Central, well, they're going to try to be as aggressive as possible to see if they can get through that defense.
We'll get you the starters over the course of our morning here. It is a big day of volleyball here in Shawnee, and we're privileged and pleased to get to be a part of the GAC Sports Network's broadcast. 3 days of volleyball, quarterfinals, semis tomorrow, and the championship match will be on Saturday. We invite you to be a part of it for the entirety of this tournament broadcast. East Central wearing the road visitor uniforms, the orange with the white numerals trimmed in gray, and Southwestern with their home uniforms. They're the higher seed, the gray tops, the navy numerals and letters trimmed in white. We can go ahead and get you a few starters here right now for East Central. It'll be wearing number 3 is Valentina Tiadina, one of the all-conference performers as well for East Central, 5'4" senior from Mexico. Wearing number 7 is Emily Pena. She is a 5'9" junior setter from Canyon Lake, Texas. And East Central will get things started here this morning. Marcy Goodwin, she's the captain for this team. She wears number 20. She's a 5'5" senior libero from Paris, Texas. And for 2025, we are underway in Fire Lake Arena. Set to the center at the net. East Central is there. Tapped, looking right side, and
there it is, trying to be aggressive. East Central is trying to see if they can squeeze one down that lane, get around that block of SWOSU.
So it does go a little bit wide. That, by the way, was Fiana Helatoa, redshirt sophomore, 6 foot opposite from Euless, Texas, as Jenna Hauk will serve first for Southwestern. And that was an area that Coach Collins said they do need to be excelling in today at the net. The combination there of Buford and White, that's going to be powerful today. Hauk there, now the set, tapped back over. Patterson is there, and Southwestern will get its second point. For the East Central Tigers, wearing number 10, Adele McCormick. She is a 6'2" freshman middle from Anna, Texas. Wearing number 12, Fiana Halatoa. I mentioned her, a redshirt sophomore, 6'2" opposite from Euless, Texas. Jayla Buford wears number 16. She's a 5'10" freshman outside from Richmond, Texas. And Kensington White wears number 17, a 6'4" middle from Duncanville, Texas. The East Central Tigers are coached by Danielle Essex, who is in her 3rd season at the helm.
And they're an ace. And that's an easy point already for SWOSU to go ahead and get up 3-0.
Nice dig. Bulldogs set back. The attack by Smith. Fielded well. Buford goes long, and Southwestern 4 quick points. Let's get you that roster for the Bulldogs. Wearing number 2, Jenna Hauk. She's continuing to serve now. She's a 5'9" junior from Edmond, Oklahoma. And outside, Mackenzie Sims wears number 3, a 5'10" freshman setter from Amarillo, Texas. Sydney Winfrey, a 5'10" freshman from Canyon, Texas. A middle wears number 6. Number 8 is Haley Smith, a 6'2" senior right side from Prosper, Texas. Number 10 is Paris Patterson, a 5'10" outside senior from Amarillo, Texas. Jada Permenter, also from Amarillo, a 5'5 junior, defensive specialist wearing number 11. And number 32 is Katya Blanchett, a 6-foot freshman middle from Lindsborg, Kansas, excuse me. Some of those Kansas names are a little bit interesting, a challenge there, but after having lived in Oklahoma and a lot of names here in the Sooner State, well, those cities and towns present their own challenges.
They do. And right now, if you're East Central, you're just trying to get something going. I love being aggressive, and already an early timeout for Coach Essex. But what she's going to tell her team is to just take a deep breath and calm down. It's early. It's the first set of the morning. And I love being aggressive, but we got to find a way to side out and see if they can get some points on their side of the scoreboard.
Yeah, that early timeout, a 6-point run to open things up for the Bulldogs. As we keep it right here, we mentioned East Central coached by Daniel Essex. She's an alum of East Central, and in her 3rd season with the program for Southwestern, it's Coach Josh Collins, the 2024 Coach of the Year. Actually, Coach of the Year 3 times in the GAC in 24 and 21 and 18. The 2018 OklahomaSports.net Small College Coach of the Year as well. He is in the program, 218, 185 all-time as the head coach of the Bulldogs. And an interesting record, too, Alyssa. They come in 12-4 in GAC play. Pretty solid league record. Just 500 overall, though. I mean, you look outside of what they did in conference, 2-10 outside of GAC opportunities. They schedule tough out of the league, and it's worked to their benefit.
And that's what's jumped out at me when you looked at this record and you're saying, well, what happened? And that's what you want, though. You want to challenge your team in the non-conference because it makes the conference schedule a whole lot easier, as you can see reflected in that 12-4 record. But to be able to kind of see exactly what your team is made of early, challenge them, get them ready for conference play when it matters most, and that's what a lot of coaches want to do with their scheduling.
Coach Essex coming out of the timeout, her team ready, served by Houck, solid, and another point. Just, you want to stop that, get your team back in track, and Haley Smith gets the point for the Bulldogs, and they're up by a touchdown early.
And Haley Smith just named part of that first team, all GAC team that came out yesterday with the postseason awards, and she is going to be big for this Bulldogs team up at the net all day.
Smith's first kill of the afternoon, and the run continues for Southwestern. And this is just an amazing start for the Bulldogs, exactly what they needed. And another thing, Alyssa, is the fact that Southwestern is ready for this one. They went to Ada and took on a team in the Tigers that was prepared, played a very, very good match, and sent the Bulldogs home limping.
Well, and that's what you want. You want to come in here, and there it is, that first point for Central, and maybe that seems to get things going once now they have an opportunity for service. But the biggest thing specifically when you're playing defensively is to set up your offense with a good pass. And what SWOSU was able to do with their service there in these first 8 points was to just make this offense a little uncomfortable and not have them be able to set it up as probably much as they'd like to.
That was a great pancake dig coming through there and diving for that by Mia Little. But the Bulldogs are going to get another point as well, and what a run to get things started.
30 for the Bulldogs, number 11, Jada Permenter.
The one thing about volleyball, though, is you can look up at a scoreboard, Joey, and it's 9-1 right now, and we could look up in about 2 minutes, and it could be 9-8. It's how quickly things shift in this game. But right now, it feels like everything is going SWOSU's way.
You're exactly right. Shout out to Danny Prescott, by the way, former Ouachita coach. It's always great to know that he is watching the broadcast. The GAC family has grown over the years as the conference now in its 15th season. Great dig by Houck, nice set. And Smith, that one will go a little deep.
Trying to find that back corner line. I like that aggressiveness from her. The one thing we've seen early is she's trying to find different spots around the court to drop her kills. And that one, trying to get that back line just outside.
Set, and from the attack line, it's going to be fielded well. Tigers will stay in system now. Another look over to the left side, and Patterson able to come through with another point. You know, to the point you mentioned as well, Alyssa, Coach Collins said he needed to get past that initial block. So where can they put the ball? And Smith, as you said, trying to find different places around there. They know that the Tigers are going to be tough at the net from what Buford brings and White as well. That's a solid line.
It is, and that's the thing. You can hit it as hard as you want to. If those blocks are there, it's not going to matter. And so how can you maneuver around the blocks? Or what we just saw there is the tip, and it rolled back, and there was no defender there to dig it out and the point in SWOSU's direction.
Sydney Winfrey in the net that time, a freshman from Canyon, Texas. Now that has to be a steal for Southwestern because that is a very good volleyball program at West Texas A&M. So to go in there and recruit, pull out of a solid defensive or D2 program there for Southwestern, nice job. And Winfrey, another issue with the net, back-to-back points going to the Tigers.
Right now, if you're East, you're just trying to get something going right now. You can see Coach Essex with her clipboard trying to help her server find places on the court to send the ball.
And was touched, tapped out.
Point to Central.
So the Tigers crawling back into this one. And set one, not a wash by any stretch of the imagination. Opening match, opening set. And for a number of these players, it is their first opportunity to play in the postseason.
Really good block there by Paris Patterson.
Kept alive.
And we've seen already this very low scoreboard above us has affected 3 passes now. And so it is going to be a factor in this game. It already has been.
And let's address that too. The court, no matter where it is, whatever is above, whether it be an air conditioning unit, whether it be a scoreboard, whether it just be tiles, lighting, that keeps the ball in play, and players have to be aware of that. And the net kind to Southwestern that time. Tigers were there with the block, but it rolled down that white portion of the net and harmlessly out of bounds. So Southwestern gets the point and up by 8 once again. Middle of the court, gets through the defense, tap back over again, and that will be a point for Southwestern. Just a little bit aggressive there for McCormick, the freshman from Anna, Texas.
I like the aggressiveness, though. I like what she was trying to do there. Again, anything you can do to just mix things up against this SWOSU defense that is so good that we talked about at the top of the broadcast.
At the net, Bulldogs push it back. Kept alive. An opportunity now just put over the other side by Perminter. Opportunity now for the Tigers, and Perminter with the dig. Set, Houck. Point. Bulldogs.
Jenna Houck with the kill.
Jenna Houck, 1.97 kills per set coming in for Southwestern. Timeout for the Tigers. We'll take one with them as well. It is a 10-point advantage for Southwestern in set number 1. And you're watching GAC Volleyball on the GAC Sports Network.
SNU is really different. We're a small community, we all know one another's names, and I really love it here.
Being at SNU prepared me to be a working individual, as well as a leader in my church, home, and community.
SNU really set me up for life. I met my best friends here, I met my husband here, I got to travel the world. I am so glad I was able to attend SNU.
SNU has made me into the man I am today.
My name is Haley, and I am a proud graduate of Southern Nazarene University.
One of the fastest growing universities in the state and the region, Southeastern Oklahoma State University has classes for bachelor's, master's, and certificate programs. Over 45 degree programs are available with in-person, online, and hybrid options. With a legacy of excellence dating back to 1909, our dedicated faculty and staff are here to make your legacy a great one. Your future starts here at Texoma's University.
Paris Patterson continues her serving. She has 4 kills on the morning so far, hitting .571, a pair of digs as well. Nice stat line for her early on, and her team is up by 10 coming out of the break. The Tigers have used all of their timeouts here. They won't have an opportunity for another one, and for Coach Essex, this may be one of those situations where you just get through set number one and regroup.
Potentially, but again, anything can happen. If you can get a side out and go on a rally a little bit like SWOSU did, then you can be right back into this. But if you're SWOSU right now, this is who you want serving with Patterson. She's got 22 aces to her name, and seeing if she can rack up some points for her team.
Great set for Houck. Turner was there, the 6-foot senior from Edmond, and you know they've had a connection before as well. Both players coming from Deer Creek High School. It's where they played their high school ball, so they're familiar with one another. Turner, the senior, with the set for the junior Houck, and another point for Southwestern. Excuse me, that did go deep. As did the serve.
Yeah, and that's frustrating if you're Coach Essex there, because right now when you're trying to get into this set and keep it competitive, free points like that are not going to help you.
English on that for Winfrey. She's not able to get the dig, though. Didn't matter.
Really?
Tigers will get the point.
For Peyton Spahn there, really strong kill, and a little bit of smiles there on that side of the net, which you like to see. Let's see if they can build some momentum.
You see some of these knuckleball serves like the one that Winfrey did that just gets across the net and dies. And that
Again,
was not the case there for the Tigers.
back-to-back sets, yes, that are out, and that is frustrating when you're a coach to be able to give a team like SWOSU free points.
Live by the serve, die by the serve. Trying to be aggressive there, and at some point just need to get it into play and trust your team.
You talked about those serves that just die after they get over the net. As a defensive specialist, those are the most frustrating serves to try to play against.
Houck tapped it up back into play, sent it over. Nice look by Sims. And Buford couldn't quite clear the net.
Yeah, I think she was just a little bit in front of that one. She kind of hit that in front of her body when you want to be able to hit that right at the top of the peak of your swing. And that's why it went into the net.
Out. Now the Tigers looking back. That one will go wide off the arm of Peyton Spahn, a 5'10" sophomore from Mount Bellevue, Texas. Outside sends that a little bit deep.
And I like what she's doing there. She just needs to snap her wrist a little bit more, see if that ball will drop instead of sailing on her like it did.
East Central represented as
They're going to say that one was down.
Yeah,
good attempt, though.
Not enough. Represented in the post-season or post-regular season honors. 3 players receiving all mention, all GAC. Fianna Halatoa, one of those, as was Emily Pena and Valentina Tiadina. Mia Little set to serve now for her team, trailing by 12 in the first set. Quick set in the middle, and a quick
Just
point
keep
for Haley
feeding
Smith.
feeding Smith. If she's going to be able to do what she's been doing up at the net, she's going to be hard to stop today, Joey.
Southwestern, I mean, not just today. This is a team that would be a tough out all the way through the tournament if the Bulldogs can make it back to the championship match. Great job by Buford there. Point to the Tigers. Of course, that's a place Southwestern has found itself only one time before. That was back in 2015. The great Carly Zach, a member of that team 10 years ago, the only time Southwestern's made it to the championship match, and they did win it all there in Hot Springs.
See if ECU can win off the service here.
Great job at the net once again. Halatoa there as well as McCormick. There's Halatoa, met by defense as well. Quick set in the middle, and the point for Blanchett.
Yeah, she found her spot, and that was a really good rally by both of these teams. And that's something that Coach Estes told us too. We're going to have to win the rally. We know that we're going to be able to go back and forth with this team, but we're going to have to see if we can dig a little deeper than them in order to score some points there. But that one going the Bulldogs' way.
Blanchett, 2 kills on the day. She's hitting .667. She comes in not necessarily known for her kills, but it's the defense for Blanchett. 1.33 blocks per set. That is an incredible number. Leads the GAC and is 11th in Division II.
Sydney Winfrey there, able to get that one to fall off of the deflection on ECU. And I think you might be right, Joey. 23-9. If I'm Coach Essex, I say just get out of this one and start it fresh in set number 2.
And we're looking at that right now with set points. Haley Smith with another kill for the Bulldogs, her 3rd.
The biggest thing that's jumping out to me is just, it feels like the Bulldogs have got a lot more power at the net than ECU does right now.
Set tapped over, no set there
And sometimes
at the net.
that's what you have to do. I love that, mixing it up as a setter, the little setter's dump to get them off guard, and it paid off. Now again, can ECU string some points together here as we've got match point on the board?
Trying to take set number 1. The Tigers do make it into double figures. That is a win in and of itself here in the early going. Patterson, nice dig. McCormick, same thing. Patterson tries again, will get through the defenders, and set number 1 will go to the Bulldogs. 25-10. What a way to start our 2025 volleyball tournament. The Bulldogs making a statement early. Back in a moment on the GAC Sports Network.
Since 1899, Southern Nazarene University has been shaping lives through Christ-centered education and community. At SNU, learning is personal. Our professors know your name and care about your future, preparing you to live with purpose and serve with compassion. At SNU, you'll experience a vibrant campus life with long-standing traditions, competitive athletics, and service opportunities to make a difference in the world around you. Life at SNU is about growing, academically, socially, and spiritually. Experience a purposefully different education at Southern Nazarene University.
Don't let the holidays stress you out. Shawnee is your close-to-everything shopping destination. Located on I-40 just east of Oklahoma City, minutes from I-35, I-44, and historic Route 66. In Shawnee, you can avoid those big city crowds. Find all the big brands you know and discover unique boutiques you will love. Visit Shawnee.com for trip planning this season. Come see us in Shawnee.
Shop, 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 Shawnee.
Running outdoors, you got to take what nature gives you. We'd like to say we run when they don't. So we want to give you products to be able to run when you don't think you should run, when it's pouring rain outside, it's snowing. We're going to have products for you to get out there. You don't get better sitting on your butt not training. You got to get out there and run.
At Under Armour, it's always about premium textiles. They need to perform, they need to be the best. The merging of hybrid textiles with naturals and new seaming and bonding and super sleek, modern, fast, futuristic designs, that's where we are really going to turn it up a notch. If you look good and you feel good, you're going to perform better.
The Bulldogs early and often in set number 1, 25-10. Really, that is a score, Alyssa, I did not expect in the first set.
No, I think they thought that ECU was going to be a little bit more aggressive in this first set to kind of set the tone, but it was SWOSU that very much came out with their power, and that showed at the net. They're going to have to make some adjustments defensively, ECU is, specifically with that little corner dump kill. that lands right here by the line, and the defender needs to be able to move up a little bit more to try to prevent that from happening here as we move forward in this match.
Jill Scott on site for us as well today, part of the GAC Sports Network crew. Had an opportunity to listen to what these coaches were saying in the timeout. Jill?
And SWOSU almost dominates the first set. I heard Coach Essex for ECU just tell her players in her second timeout to focus on doing their jobs, hopefully steal some momentum from SWOSU. They have some undeniable chemistry, SWOSU does, so ECU is going to have to make some adjustments going in next set to hopefully come back for this.
Southwestern is served first in the second
Thank you,
set.
Jill. Chemistry a big deal, and Southwestern does bring it to the table. But, you know, that's one of those things as well for Coach Collins' team. Again, the dean of coaches here at the tournament here in the GAC. It's going to make it sound like an old person joke, and maybe there's something to that. That kept alive. Looked like it might go deep. No.
He's had a great career at SWOSU. It'll continue. And when you talk about making adjustments, another thing that Coach Esses told us too is that her team is young. And so she's relying on a lot of these young players to step up in a moment like this. And this is the expectation, to be in this tournament and to compete in this tournament. And she's challenged her girls here in this second set to just be a little bit more aggressive and be themselves.
Serving for the Bulldogs, number 2, Jenna Howard.
Halatoa, nice opportunity there, sent the other direction. Patterson off the defense, and the Bulldogs
You want to have a little bit more strength in those hands at the net there. That's happening because you're jumping up and your hands are at an angle that's deflecting it out of bounds, when you want your hands to be in or straight up to see if you can have some success at the net defensively.
Houck with service. That's kept alive around the apparatus of the scoreboard.
Again, we're going to keep track as to how many balls go up there. Oh, bad break there.
Bulldogs get another point.
For
A
Halatoa.
25-10 win for Southwestern, the largest margin of victory in a set in the GAC tournament since Southwestern defeated rival Northwestern 25-10 in the opening set of the quarterfinals. That was back in the spring 21 championship. Remember, that was the COVID opportunity there. 21 that played there at home. And Southwestern, by the way, went on to win that in 3.
Much better block up at the net for ECU.
Great job by the Bulldogs to keep that point alive, and they wind up getting the point as well. 4-1 after the Tigers get the opening point in set number 2, but a run for the Bulldogs since then. Just not the distance there.
Right underneath our feet here. Into the cords. There we go.
We'll get it out of it quickly.
I tried.
Shout out to Isaac
she
Bourne.
She didn't want that, I guess.
Isaac's another one of the broadcasters here in our GAC family. We definitely will have a vested interest to watch a little bit later on.
That's what they needed. Again, let's see if the Tigers can get some momentum.
For the Tigers, number 11, Bailey Ka'awa.
Bailey Ka'awa, a senior from Hawaii, doing the honors for the serve. And McCormick was at the net.
Well
no
done
one there.
by McCormick. Kind of caught everyone off guard a little bit, just going up there, dumping that one down. The pass not great right up in the net.
Well, that's an area where Southwestern said it did need to win that battle, was in serve receive. Definitely not on the previous point, and a bit of a struggle there as well. Tigers with an opportunity now. Quick set middle, Blanchett there. Defense for the Tigers as well. Patterson gets it through. Great dig, but it will go deep. And Southwestern will get another point, doubling up the Tigers now 6-3.
You got to love the effort there.
Serving for the Bulldogs, number 11, Jada Perman.
But at the same time, it's just really hard because of how aggressive SWOSU is at the net.
Quick set, tapped over. Nice job
Smart
directing
move.
that.
I like the idea there.
Buford again. She'll be at the net, gets past her, kept alive, saved back. They'll just put this back in play. Opportunity now for the Bulldogs. And that one will find its spot inside the line.
It did, right inside the line. You know, when I was playing, Joey, they said it's either all the way in or all the way out. There is no such thing as close. And that one was all the way in.
Patterson hitting 500 now here, really midway through set number 2. 7 kills already. Go deep, was it touched?
And the thing with Buford is she's got so much energy up at the net, but she's got to snap that wrist a little bit harder for it to fall a little bit faster and not sail on her like it has been. And you also want to hit it at the top of your swing, and that comes with obviously setting her up in the right place with the sets and the passes.
Patterson with 7 kills here in set number 2, midway through. Haley Smith has 5. She's hitting .364 for her team. Jenna Hauk with 3 for the Bulldogs as well. For the Tigers, haven't had as many points, but a pair of players with 3 kills on the morning so far. Peyton Spahn has 3, hitting .125. Adele McCormick with 3 as well, hitting .250. Jayla Buford with 2 kills for the Tigers at this point in the match. Buford leads the way for her team, coming in averaging 2.44 kills per set, 2.84 digs per set, in the top 2 for her team in both of those categories.
Well, what you want to do right now if you're the Tigers is you want to continue just to set up your offense. It's always starting with that first pass, making sure that first pass can set up the offense so that you can spread the ball out. They're going to want to get the ball to Spahn and to McCormick and to Buford, but that always starts with that very first pass to make sure everyone can set up their offense and see if they can find some success.
So trailing by 5, Coach Essex squad comes out of the timeout, hoping to slow things down once again for the Bulldogs.
I was going to say on the other side of that, the Bulldogs are feeling really good about their offense right now.
They have to be, and really have the Tigers just on the heels at the moment. McCormick.
And that finds that back line. Again, trying to sneak around that block and squeeze it down the line, and that's exactly what she did there.
Serving for the Tigers, number 16, Jayla Buford.
So Buford back to serve now. Strong performer for her team in her freshman season. Smith with another point there. And Alyssa, I am of the, I would say opinion, observation.
Sure.
We'll go with that.
Okay.
It's the first opportunity for Buford to be here in GAC, and she is a freshman listed as such. And there are some, as that one goes deep, the service error, there are some who say, well, you know, they're not a freshman at this point in the year anymore. I disagree with that.
Okay.
They're a freshman throughout. This is the first postseason play. Still a freshman right now.
Yeah.
And she's doing okay for her team right now, but that's where you look up and down the roster. There are a number of freshmen playing for both these squads. Their first chance to be on the big stage.
Well, and that's the thing. Yes, they've had a complete season in the collegiate level playing with their team, but this is a little bit different. The circumstances are different. The setting is different. And obviously there's a lot of pressure here when it comes to conference in the postseason. And so she's still just, you know, getting her grasp, but she at least has some experience. So she's maybe a half freshman, half sophomore.
I wanted to hear your take on that.
Yeah, you know, I honestly think it just kind of is dependent on the player and the experience that they had during the regular season, and obviously she's been a staple in the lineup for Coach Essex. So yes, she's got a lot of volleyball under her belt this season, but this is always a different atmosphere, and each athlete approaches it differently.
not a redshirt freshman. She comes in and plays right off the bat, and a great job for the Tigers to get that point. An aggressive attack sent on through, and honestly, to carry that over, something that hasn't been mentioned much to my knowledge at this point, is that there still will be red shirts, I'm sure, in the future, but Division II athletics voting a little bit later on. I think it's in January to consider the possibility of 5 years of eligibility. Straight across the board, and wow, what a misdirection. Mackenzie Sims, that was great.
What a sneak by Sims there, catching the defense completely off guard, and that is exactly what you have to do as a setter, is to fool the defense like they did. And I mean, everyone over here on the ECU side just froze when she sent that ball over.
Halatoa kept in play. Hauk really
trying to cut the corner there.
Not optimal there.
No, a bad angle for her, trying to just do whatever she could to try to cross hit that one over the net.
Now, I don't want to leave that point hanging. I won't stay on it too long, but D2 looking at 5 years of eligibility, that is something we knew once that issue was broached with Division II, at least getting through to a vote, that other levels would as well. NAI talking about that. Division I, we know, will be talking about that as well. So something to consider in the future. And it's not just something for football, it's for all sports.
Yeah, that's an interesting concept and a way to look at it. And there are some athletes who will definitely take advantage of that. And I think that's got a lot to do with wanting to develop these student athletes in their sport and whatever their degree could be. I mean, at that case, you could get a bachelor's and a master's degree in that time period and set them up for success in that way. So a very interesting look as college athletics just continues to evolve every single day.
You talk about success. Haley Smith has seen success. Ball placement all around the court. Kill number 7. She's tied with Patterson with a game high there.
Nice spot there by Halatoa. And while we were talking about eligibility in college athletics, once again, SWOSU finding that sweet spot over the block here close to us. And again, this defender is hard because you don't want to cheat too much, but they are going to continue to pick on this spot down here on the court if they see it as an opening.
Paula Ramos checks in. Ramos, a senior, a 5'10" middle from Marbella, Spain.
Pena mad at herself about that one. I understand what she was trying to do, but she might have just been better at just kind of, taking the free ball and passing it over to set up her defense.
Timeout on the court. The Tigers take their second once again. We will take it with them. Back in a moment on the GAC Sports Network.
Henderson State University is known as the school with a heart. We lift each other up, encourage each other to reach our goals, and celebrate every win together. Because together, we're stronger. Together, we're unstoppable. Together, we're ready. Here, you don't just grow, you belong. Come see why Henderson is the school with a heart. Schedule a campus visit today at hsu.edu/getready.
I am inspired to lead.
I'm inspired to research.
I'm inspired to care for others.
I'm inspired to shape the future.
I'm inspired to tell compelling stories.
I'm inspired to innovate.
I'm inspired to create.
I'm inspired to serve.
I'm inspired to be a champion.
I'm inspired to change the world.
The Bulldogs have a lot to cheer about as the cheerleading squads from both these universities on site today in Shawnee. Southwestern leads 1-0. We are in set number 2, and the Bulldogs have not relinquished any of the momentum from that first set.
Mackenzie Sims here with the service. She's got 16 assists already through these first 2 sets, and someone her team really relies on, but ECU able to get the point there.
Now Sims with 5 digs as well. She's had a solid day. Tapped back over. Halatoa is there. Pushed across by
There's
Blanchett.
those spots, and those sweet spots are going to be a continued issue for ECU if they can't find a way to defend them.
Now, Halatoa tried to do that at first. It was defended, and Blanchett just turned the tables. Kat Blanchett, a freshman from Lindsborg, Kansas. Right side, pushed over.
Smart move by Smith there.
Defense is there. Blanchett, we talked about what she does at the net. 11th in D2 in blocks per set. She's there with Smith as well. And the defense strong for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, as a team overall, SWOSU leads the conference in total blocks with 277 and blocks per set. That's third and second nationally. So, I mean, that just, again, credit to that defense that we talked about for SWOSU. They are so good at the net.
Let's give a lot of credit that time to Macy Goodwin coming in. That ball died as it came across the net. She kept the point alive and put her team in a good position with the attack. So the Tigers get the point now, trailing 7. Another point for East Central.
That one worked out in their favor there.
Yeah, East Central, by the
Ka'awa
way,
wanted it, but it went out since she didn't touch it. So any way you can take a point.
Tigers are 3-3, and that one went off the apparatus but went over. So
there
point,
it goes.
Yeah, the point will
and
go
that
to
wasn't
Southwestern.
a bad, yeah, that wasn't a bad dig. But again, with this low scoreboard that we have above us, I mean, she didn't even move her arms. It was just the velocity of the ball went straight up.
Self-defense.
Right.
Patterson is, Goodwin is there once again. Cross-court set. Opportunity now for the Bulldogs. Sent back. Nice job by Smith. That set was a little high. She had to change direction in the air, sent it back over her body and found the open spot.
And that just is a big credit to her athleticism to adjust her body in the air the way that she did, specifically her shoulders, to come across her body with that kill.
And an ace for the Bulldogs. That'll be point number 20 in the home stretch of this set. Southwestern stretching out its lead again. Mentioned for Coach Collins, being the number 3 seed, 5 of the last 8 years, 8 times prior. This is the 9th time coming into the GAC tournament in which the Bulldogs have been the number 3 seed. Well familiar with this.
Well, and it's worked out for the most part for them too. So you can go on a run again. At this point in the season, it doesn't really matter what seed you are. You make a little run, you get momentum on your side, you could win this thing come Saturday.
You have to come ready to play. Southwestern has definitely done that today. And looking at how they've played, you kind of get the idea they took that loss in Ada personally.
I would too. I take any loss personally, but it kind of is too just a little bit of a wake-up call right before the conference starts their postseason. You want to be playing your best volleyball at that moment, and sometimes you need a little hello wake-up call to say, okay, well, let's not do that again.
Well, to the point in the schedule and when it happened, Southwestern has come in.
What a spot there. Well done by Buford, and now I think she's starting to get her groove. They have fed her. They've continued to try to get her to break through, and that might have been what she needed to see.
Absolutely. Southwestern has come in winning 2 straight and 7 of their last 8. You know the one loss?
To ECU.
To ECU. Again, that time of the year, the wake-up call.
Were you trying to trick me in that question?
I was not.
Okay.
I will, though.
You were setting me up for success.
That's
a nice
what I was
little
doing.
Bump pass set by you. Thank you.
Well, at this point in my athletic career, I'm a lot more in shape to be setting others.
Yep. Joey with the assist.
With a kill for Southwestern.
And that was a point for Southwestern.
And that one went out the door and maybe going down the road here in Shawnee. I mean, that was headed for the hotel across the street.
I think someone chased it down. Luckily, you don't want to go outside right now, like you mentioned. It's raining. No thanks.
Turner with the serve. Set, defense is there. Nice give in the middle from the 10-foot line. How can't get that across? Now tapped across. Thurman coming up quickly. It's going to be a Southwestern point as the Tigers were in the net. Winfrey coming up to try to get the attack there, and that leads to set point once again.
Here we are once again. This game has kind of gotten away from the Tigers, and the Bulldogs on the other side of the net feeling really good. Well defended off the net. Those are so hard.
Set, quick set, Winfrey. And the point goes to Southwestern, and so does set number 2. A double-digit win for Southwestern once again. Back-to-back opportunities for the Bulldogs. And they head to set number 3 with all the momentum in the building. Back in a moment on the GAC Sports Network.
Since 1899, Southern Nazarene University has been shaping lives through Christ-centered education and community. At SNU, learning is personal. Our professors know your name and care about your future, preparing you to live with purpose and serve with compassion. At SNU, you'll experience a vibrant campus life with long-standing traditions, competitive athletics, and service opportunities to make a difference in the world around you. Life at SNU is about growing, academically, socially, and spiritually. Experience a purposefully different education at Southern Nazarene University.
Don't let the holidays stress you out. Shawnee is your close-to-everything shopping destination. Located on I-40 just east of Oklahoma City, minutes from I-35, I-44, and historic Route 66. In Shawnee, you can avoid those big city crowds. Find all the big brands you know and discover unique boutiques you will love. Visit Shawnee.com for trip planning this season. Come see us in Shawnee.
Shop, 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 Shawnee.
At SWASU, it feels like they are cheering me on, with so many ways to get involved, like social clubs,
Sports, quality academics, and great people who care about your success. For real, the focus is on you.
SWASU, the focus is you.
One of my favorite things about SNU was the relationships I was able to have with people, with professors, with friends.
One thing that was purposely different about SNU was the integration of faith into the academics. I feel like I learned so much from that helped prepare me for life after college, to be a husband and someday to be a father. It was a really, really transformational time in my life.
My degree could have come from anywhere, but my relationships with people, I know I would not have gotten anywhere else. Go to snu.edu to apply or to schedule a visit.
To see the extraordinary in the ordinary, to think for yourself, but not by yourself. This is how we shape the future. Whether inspiring creative storytellers or cultivating compassionate healers, whether creating the classroom of tomorrow or shaping a happy, fulfilling life for others, ours is a mission fueled by vision and purpose, biblically rooted and practically relevant, in the classroom, on the stage, throughout life. Be a future shaper at OBU.
The Bulldogs with a 2-set advantage. Haley Smith listed on the All-GAC first team. Last night, those honors given out to the players throughout the GAC. And listen, the evidence is there for her this afternoon. 9 kills, a match-high 9 kills, hitting .533. And Jill Scott for Southwestern, back-to-back double-digit wins in their sets. What have you learned?
Yes, back here on the sideline at Fire Lake Arena, SWASU takes another win for set 2. Coach Collins for Southwestern, pretty cool, calm, and collected on the sideline. Shows you he's really confident in his girls and their performance. I heard Coach Essex for East Central tell her girls that they really just got to pick it up. They're not rising to the occasion right now, so they got one more chance to get back in this game. Hopefully for their team.
I think Jill makes some really good points there. And when you looked at the body language of both of these teams leading into this third set, you had ECU all the way down at the end of the court in a circle, very serious conversation, a little bit more loose on this SWOSU side. And one thing that Coach Esses told us before the match was these girls, you got to dig deep. We know you're going to be tired. They don't want to be swept here in this first game. They've got to dig deep here to see if they can force a set 4.
Absolutely not. And, you know, for East Central, too, making it back into the conference tournament, there was a bit of a drought over a number of years. This is the 4th year now that they've made it back in. And she also talked about the standard that they want to see for this team. 3 years ago, you make it in, and you make it to 5 sets, it goes the distance, come away with a loss. The next year, Coach Essex first year with the program, 5-set loss in the first round. The second year of Coach Essex at the program, they make it into the semifinals, and that's one of the things she was talking about. The standard for us, we want it to be higher now.
Right.
You definitely don't want to take a step back and be swept here in round number 1.
Well, and she was a player. She knows exactly what that means and what it's like, and to be competitive in these conference tournaments. And obviously right now, a 2-0 start is exactly what she wanted to see from her girls. A 3-0 start, how about that?
Exactly. Peyton Spahn with another kill. She has 6 to lead her team right now, hitting .286. Spahn, a sophomore, 5'10" outside.
Really good there by Smith. Again, that power at the net to side out for Southwestern.
Serving for the Bulldogs, number 2, Jenna Howell.
Smith now with double-digit kills.
Hout, her 3rd ace of the match, Joey. She's a force back there behind the line.
Not bad when you're an outside. 4th on your team in kills, nearly 2 kills per set, but to be able to put up points when no one else has to touch it.
Hey, if you can be a really good server and be able to pick your places on the court and be able, your speed and direction, really big for a volleyball team. And just like that, we're tied again at 3.
That was quick. The lead evaporated for the Tigers. Another acknowledgement at the net that Southwestern has come to play.
There's that defense, and again, it's just the height that they take advantage of with Blanchette and Smith, Hauk, Patterson.
Wow. Another in this run for Hauk. Combination that this is the final year you'll get to see, the only time to get to see Haley Smith and Kat Blanchett at the net, a senior and a freshman. I say that, I'm not exactly sure when or if the 5 years of eligibility would take place, and to the point you were making a while ago, some would take advantage, some not. Set left side now. Defense, nice job by Perman to keep it alive.
And I think they just lost it up there in the scoreboard. I think that's what, 6 now? I think all these other teams, Harding was here sitting in the stands watching. You've got other teams over here watching. They're going to take note of this scoreboard and how it's affected points in this match.
And of course that one most recently affecting Southwestern. We had one a little bit earlier that was directly a point as it was sent across from the scoreboard over the net. You can't have that happen. And neither of these teams play with low ceilings. Of course, East Central there in the Kerr Center, I mean, it is well off the court.
It's not even a thought.
In the net again, kept alive, not for long enough though.
Good try there. That one just kind of died.
I don't think I can mention Kerr Center without saying geodesic design. So you have to see that. If you've never been to Ada and seen the Kerr Center, it's a lot like a beehive.
Okay.
Dome.
Yeah.
But you have to say
for
geodesic
acoustics?
design, yes.
Okay.
It's state mandated. You have to say one right after the other.
Oh. Okay, well.
I'm not sure. I'll have to look that up to find out. I heard that one time.
Yes.
You know, they say, whoever they is.
I think there's gullible written on the ceiling, Joey. I'm just kidding.
That was a nice serve as well. I don't know. I'm still getting to know you, Alyssa. There may be some gullible in there.
Hey, you know what? I have my moments too, okay? It happens to the best of us. Good recovery there by Sims on the serve.
That one touched, so it stays alive. Southwestern with another opportunity. Pounded over by Teodina. And it gets through past White and into the net.
Yeah, just got to be a little bit more stronger up there on the net. There's that fine line between just going up strong and then not wanting to get called to be in the net when you try to go up and get a block.
Well, and you were addressing the point a while ago. Can you redirect it well once you're in the net? Where are you facing?
Exactly. Where are your hands, your strong wrists when you go up and block there?
Teodina, great dig. Keeps it alive.
Smart
nice
move
off
there.
speed.
Really well done there by Spawn.
So Spawn gives the changeup, and we're tied at 7-all.
Buford back in the front. See if they can get her going here.
Tapped up, Winfrey. Count it.
Nice spot.
Sydney Winfrey, among the leaders, not only in the conference in their blocks, but on our team, third in kills at 2.17 kills per set, but in the top 40 in the nation in blocks per set as well. 1.14 there. Count another ace for the Bulldogs.
They've had 3 in this set alone. They came in with 3, so now 6 total on the match. That's 6 points that
you just can't draw it up any, can't draw it up any better
Coach
than that.
Essex would like that. There's Buford with the kill. That's the kind of power you want to see, and if she's going to help her team win this set and force a set 4, we need to see more of that power, Joey. More power from the Tigers.
You know, you talk about that, and that's
there you go.
The
well
momentum
done.
going with the Tigers. If you're Southwestern, after double-digit wins in both of the first 2 sets, you almost feel like you have to take it out in 3. You don't want to give East Central any momentum.
You don't, but you also feel confident in the way that you're playing today overall. And you also know that this is a Tigers team that's not going to back down. They're going to be aggressive and fight, and we're seeing that right now. They're not ready to go home.
Buford is, Patterson is there. Winfrey into the net. Can't find the distance this time. And the Tigers with a lead into the middle portion of the set. First time we've seen that this afternoon.
Well, and that's that aggressiveness, but also, again, Coach S is telling us we think we can win rallies, and that's what she wants to see, being able to set up your offense and win a rally. Unfortunately, not what you want when you were having a really good run there with points on the board.
By the way, a little bit of a misnomer on time. It's 11 a.m. We're not to the afternoon just yet. Early start here in Shawnee.
Good spot there by Buford. It feels like we are. It's okay. We got up early this morning. You get your coffee in you this morning?
I did.
How many cups of coffee you have to drink, Joey?
Have to or want to?
Oh, is that different? Okay. Need.
There's a second cup on the way following this match.
Same. I'll be right there in line with you, okay?
Halk from the 10-foot line and beyond, and she gets into the point to tie things up for the Bulldogs.
Well done. Well done there by Halk, and she's just been really a little bit of everywhere on this court for her team. That is her 5th kill.
Sims. Her service keeps going. They're going to keep this alive. Patterson over to Halk. Great dig. And Sims with another dig herself. Sims has been playing great volleyball of late. As a matter of fact, enters this tournament with 5 consecutive double-doubles.
Yes, she does, and I've been waiting to give her a shout out too. I mean, right now, she has 26 assists in this match, but Joey, you go back to November 12th, 56 assists in that match, in a 4-set match. That is a program record for SWOSU.
And there have been some pretty good setters that have played through there just in the last, well, 10 to 15 years in Coach Collins' tenure.
I've always been envious. When I played, my best friend was a setter, and she was on varsity in high school. All 4 years, just had such graceful hands. They make it look so easy. I tried. I don't have as graceful hands as they do.
That one won't be an ace for Hauk. Tigers, wow.
A little miscommunication, but rallied back. Well done there.
That was a very good job by the Tigers,
Yeah.
too. And Halatoa at the net to not lean over and get in there. Patterson gets past the defense. Set for Halatoa, right side.
Oh,
and it would go wide.
I wanted that corner for her. Trying to cut cross court there, just outside.
Well, and she, I guess the Bulldogs got a little help from the net. Just enough to the net to keep it up and go wide. So the Bulldogs with another serve, leading by 1. Hauk once again. McCormick. Net
Nice
by
block
Blanchett.
there. Well done. I know they're excited about her. Just a freshman. Her future so bright for this Bulldogs team.
That's another recruiting steal, if you will. You look at some of these players who come to another team, even though there is a college in their hometown. Bethany College, the NAI program there in Lindsborg. But Coach Collins found a way to bring Blanchett down to Weatherford.
Something to do probably with those 14 years of experience, you think? Not to call them old, right?
Wow.
That is the kind of power you want to see from your senior. I love that from Smith, just straight up, straight down. There's absolutely nothing you could have done about that one if you're the Tigers defense.
She's averaging 2.75 kills per set. In today's match, she's averaging 4.33. Opportunity now for the Tigers. The set a little bit behind Spawn. They'll get another chance.
Just sends this one over, sets back up the defense.
And that one a little too strong.
A little too strong. And again, this one been back and forth. It's a 15-14 game. Very different from the first 2 sets that we experienced between these two teams.
Set right side, Smith tapped back over. Sims is there. Sims once again will keep it in play, and Patterson from the line.
It's always the plan of attack, though, if you are an offense. If you can get the setter out, because she's got to be the one that hits that first ball, you're going to have a lot more success, because now the setter's out and someone else has to step in and have that second pass to try to set up the offense. I'd be going for Sims every time.
Haley Smith, by the way, in the net. Nice job by White. And here are the Tigers. They set Spawn again. And the tap back over. You know, when the other team sets you at the net.
I think she's been waiting to do that. I think White's been waiting to do that. Do you see the look on her face?
She was ready.
Yes, she was.
First time this morning, Coach Collins has called a timeout. We'll take it as well. Tigers on top by 1 in set number 3.
Hey, what you doing this for? Just out here for recreational purposes? No. Working, man.
Mission today is to work hard until you can't go no more. It's always a team mission. Can't get nowhere without the team. It takes everybody.
1, 2, 3.
Hey, you better be open. You better be open.
Man, listen. There's only one attitude that you gotta bring. Let's that you need to bring.
Work. I mean, we come out here every day to get better. It was easy, everybody do it, man.
We work out on the street, you feel me? We the best in the nation. We outwork y'all, we outwork anybody.
We
always grinding, always getting better.
Every time I come through these lines, no matter where these lines at, work. Maximum effort.
Bulldogs have been on fire so far today.
Don't look now. It's a 16-15 game, Joey.
And there we go. The Tigers celebrating a little bit with the fan base that's here. Trip from Ada, not that far to Shawnee, make it less than an hour. And that one will go off the scoreboard and going to wind up being Southwestern's point across the net as Turner checks back in to serve for Southwestern.
You hate that out of a timeout, too. Nothing you could do about it.
Nope.
Pesky scoreboard. I'm just here to make you laugh, Joey.
Well, you came ready to play today, then.
I did. With just one coffee in me, too. Just wait till I get 2 coffees.
And Winfrey, that is big time. She and Sims go up. Winfrey going to be credited with the block, I believe. And she's had a couple of the attacks go strong, like the most recent one, which went beyond the back line. The freshman coming excited, ready to play, but there at the net on defense, she's been solid.
Great dig there, but a little too strong.
That one almost dropped.
It almost did.
That one almost dropped. The way everything else has gone for Southwestern, you know, if it had dropped, East Central fan base would just have to roll their eyes going, you got to be kidding me.
Yeah, there's nothing you could have done about that one, but now, tie game and an opportunity.
And the Bulldogs retake the lead.
Again, good by Winfrey there, trying to continue to attack that back line. It's working out for her right now. And that's the thing with SWOSU, too. I mean, you look right now on the court, no Smith, right? No Blanchett on the court right now. But still, you're able to plug in Winfrey up there.
There
Don't
she
miss
is.
a beat.
This time. Right distance, right angle, and a good-looking kill.
Yeah, you saw that one come up. She looked at Sims, and she said, I am right here, and she did the little swoop, and she placed it perfectly cross court.
Great dig, Turner. Winfrey once again. Going to wind up being point for the Tigers. And it keeps them in this one. You know, Southwestern, again, we mentioned winning the first 2 sets by at least 10 points. That hasn't happened in 7 years. Harding versus Ouachita back in the semifinal, 25-15, 25-14. Harding, we'll get to see them play in our next match. Lady Bisons are the 2 seed coming in.
Playing Henderson State.
That one should be a really good one. I'm excited about that matchup. Turner, the long set for Hauk, and changes speed there and direction.
Right to us. My go-go gadget arm
didn't
work.
You got to go up for that.
No, this table would have flipped on accident, and then we'd had a lot of crew members mad at me working so hard this morning to set this up, and here I am turning tables over trying to chase a volleyball.
Great set.
Okay.
An ace, and the Tigers hit the 20-point mark for the first time today here in set number 3. White with the ace. Coach Collins calls his second timeout, doing what he can to do this. We're going to go ahead and take this timeout with them here. Tigers on top by a point, desperately needing set 3.
One of my favorite things about SNU was the relationships I was able to have with people, with professors, with friends.
One thing that was purposely different about SNU was the integration of faith into the academics. I feel like I learned so much from that helped prepare me for life after college, to be a husband and someday to be a father. It was a really, really transformational time in my life.
My degree could have come from anywhere, but my relationships with people, I know I would not have gotten anywhere else. Go to snu.edu to apply or to schedule a visit.
To see the extraordinary in the ordinary. To think for yourself, but not by yourself. This is how we shape the future. Whether inspiring creative storytellers or cultivating compassionate healers, whether creating the classroom of tomorrow or shaping a happy, fulfilling life for others, ours is a mission fueled by vision and purpose, biblically rooted and practically relevant, in the classroom, on the stage, throughout life. Be a future shaper at OBU.
Southwestern looking to change things up coming out of the break, especially trying to get that point coming out of the break. White's already had an ace as she's been back serving in this stretch. Looking for that same spot on the court. Quick tap, Winfrey, and it's going to work.
Well done by Winfrey there. And how valuable has she been to be up in the front when you don't have Smith and Blanchett to come in, score some points, and then sub right back out, and then in comes Blanchett Patterson again.
Blanchett checks in, as does Kaylin Christie, a 5'10 freshman from Fishers, Indiana. And what a great serve that was. Nearly dropped over. She can't get there for the dig, though. The Tigers recover on serve receive. And Alyssa, Tigers serve receive today has been pretty good, and it's gotten better as the morning has gone on. That's been a place in which they struggled a couple of times over the course of this season, but looking good this morning.
Yeah, it does, and I think, again, that just the nerves. You got to shake them out a little bit, and it's early. First set, or first match here at 10 a.m., so they've just been feeling a lot more confident as the day is going on. Plus, you look at the score right now, we're tied at 21. They should be confident with the way they're playing in this third set. You're seeing a better aggressive approach here from this team. We talked about chemistry leading into this third set with SWOSU. You're seeing that right now with the Tigers.
Great job at the net. Halatoa gets the point back for the Tigers, and they will take a 1-point advantage, 22-21. Buford will go back to serve.
A little bit more pep in their step over there on that orange sideline.
Well, and ECU has to have this one to stay alive in this conference tournament, trailing 2-0. Sims set to Houck. Back set. Perfect. Halatoa with another kill. Fianna Halatoa now with her 5th of the afternoon. She's now hitting just negative .029. It's been a rough afternoon, but back-to-back points.
But again, despite what those first two sets said on the scoreboard, this ECU team beat SWOSU a week ago, 2 weeks ago. So they can beat this team. I think they're feeling a little bit more confident right now.
Tigers still with a 1-point advantage, 23-22.
Serving for Southwestern, number 2, Jenna Houck.
How big would it be to just get to 24 and say set points in our favor for a change?
I think that'd feel pretty good if you ask them.
Opportunity here is Houck to serve once again.
She's got 4 aces though.
Nice dig. Here's the set. Patterson taps across. Opportunity now for the Tigers. From the attack line. Going to stay in play. Looking for Smith. Changes things up. The off speed at the net. And perfect
that little
placement.
Dump. There it is. That little dump. That sweet spot right behind the block. The defense just a little too far back. Taking advantage of it again.
Coach Essex says that's enough. Let's call a timeout. Regroup for one last opportunity. We'll take that timeout with them as well. 23-all in the third set in Shawnee.
SNU is really different. We're a small community, we all know one another's names, and I really love it here.
Being at SNU prepared me to be a working individual, as well as a leader in my church, home, and community.
SNU really set me up for life. I met my best friends here, I met my husband here, I got to travel the world. I am so glad I was able to attend SNU.
SNU has made me into the man I am today.
My name is Haley, and I am a proud graduate of Southern Nazarene University.
I am inspired to lead.
I'm inspired to research.
I'm inspired to care for others. I'm inspired to shape the future.
I'm inspired to tell compelling stories.
I'm inspired to innovate.
I'm inspired to create.
I'm inspired to serve.
I'm inspired to be a champion.
I'm inspired to change the world.
You know that?
Southwestern is back. And an opportunity to take this to match point here. Tigers called the timeout. What would Coach Essex bring to the table for her team? How about Halatoa once again? Takes a little speed off this one. Opportunity for Smith, and she does not. As a matter of fact, that may have gone across as quickly as anything we've seen all day long, and it is match point and back-to-back timeouts for Coach Essex as we keep it right here for just a moment. Alyssa, 23-21, 3 consecutive points for Southwestern. They want to try to take it home here. What can East Central do out of this timeout?
We just want to be aggressive, but it's really hard. The situation is pretty much picture perfect for SWOSU in the fact that you've got Haupt serving, and you also have Smith over here in the corner where I think she's the most comfortable over here on this outside corner when it comes to her attack. You have to play defense. You have to side out. You cannot lose this match on an ace.
Absolutely not.
The most important thing, this first pass from this service.
So serve receive big. First pass is going to be big as well. You have players that are into the contest right now, though, that can get it done. McCormick strong at the net. Halatoa has come alive in the latter portion of this third set. You have Buford in there as well. Spawn's been strong, so everything in the favor in this rotation for East Central to try to stave off match point. For Southwestern, that's what they're looking at, 24-23. Here's the set, left side Spawn. Changes things up, opportunity for the Bulldogs. Quick back set, Smith kept alive, she'll do it. Blanchett. Tigers recover, back set. In, it's gonna stay alive. How about that?
What a rally by both these teams.
Set quickly once again, Halatoa. My goodness, this point is valuable. Spawn, once again. How many times can Permenter keep it going?
There
Enough
it is.
For the Bulldogs to win match
there
number
it is,
one.
And if that's so fitting for this entire match, it's this outside corner for Smith, just like she did to make that 24th point. The 25th point ends it and wins it for the Bulldogs.
Jada Permenter, 30 digs on the day. She's had 20 a couple of times in her career. Alyssa, 30 in a 3-set match is absolutely huge, a career high for her. A fantastic effort, and Southwestern moves on once again. Their 10th win in a quarterfinal game in GAC tournament play. How about that?
Well done. I mean, you have to look at what Southwest Oklahoma did, and they came in here and again, you talked about momentum. You talked about what happened in Ada the last time these two teams met up, and they really set the tone, which I think dictated this entire first 3 sets, to be able to come in and dictate that and to be able to execute the way that they did aggressively at the net really set the difference between these two teams.
Well, the standard for East Central, they wanted to grow. You make it to the tournament once again. Maybe a little bit of a setback right now, but it's come against a very, very tough team in Southwestern. No question about that. Coach Collins' team came ready to play today. We're going to keep it right here for just a moment here on the broadcast, and we'll have an opportunity to hear from a couple of those players on the team. As a matter of fact, Haley Smith and Jada Permenter just stepped in front of us here on the booth, and we'll get a chance to visit with them in just a moment. Thoughts really quickly as we're getting set to hear from a couple of solid players.
Yeah, very good days for them. I'm really just excited to see what Haley Smith has to say about her attack and her approach, being able to score that 24th and 25th point, but also the depth that SWOSU brought to the table I thought was really big, to where when she was subbing out, you had Winfrey who was subbing in, and to just keep that momentum and that pressure up at the net really helped this team.
Jill Scott now has an opportunity to visit with both Haley Smith and Jada Permenter. So, Jill, take it away. You have players of the game right now.
Yeah, so We are here with Jada Permenter and Haley Smith. Guys, tell me how you're feeling after this game, what you guys learned, your strategy, and overall how you felt it went.
I feel excited. I feel great. I think that we all collectively worked as a whole. We knew what we needed to do going into this game, and we just had to do our own job and play scrappy and just outplay them.
Thank you. And so, obviously, the first 2 sets, I would say you guys dominated, but the third set was a lot more nail-biting. How do you stay calm in those situations and just remain with your feet on the ground?
Honestly, just being around my teammates helps me calm down. They always get me in the zone, and we all keep each other cool, calm, and collected.
Awesome. So congrats on your first win. What do you think you learned from this moving forward tomorrow into that match?
I think consistency and how much energy plays a role in our play. And honestly, like what I just said, be where your feet are. And we learned a lot, how to play through rally and how to outwork in the midst of a rally and not work on one point at a time.
One more question. So you guys did play Ada about 2 weeks ago and you did lose. Do you think that loss helped you guys today just get back on your feet and know where you are and know that you could beat this team?
Yes, I think we just wanted to come out and do our job. I think we took that game and learned a lot from it, and so that helped us today.
Thank you girls so much. You guys have a great day.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jill. 3 sets, Southwestern takes care of business, and a little bit of, I guess, vengeance, if you will, from that loss before. So the Bulldogs now have won 8 of their last 9.
Well, you look at being able to be where your feet are. 30 digs will do that for you, being steady, being solid on the ground, and being able to defensively help your team out in that way. And when you look at being able to just get the sweep in 3, you get to go back home, you're not exhausted. It is going to be a long day. You've got to play tomorrow. You're hoping you're playing on Saturday. So to come in here early in the morning and set the tone to be able to win in 3, then you get to go have the whole day to rest to get ready for tomorrow. That's very valuable for this Bulldogs team.
Absolutely. They'll be the first match of the day for us tomorrow. In the meantime, don't forget Harding and Henderson State is on the way. But for the Bulldogs, 18 kills for Haley Smith. What a morning. My goodness, and a dig to go with that. Jada Permenter, 30 digs on the day, and Mackenzie Sims, 36 assists as well, averaging 12 assists per match. And Mackenzie Sims, double streak continues. It is now at 6 consecutive games, 36 assists and 31 digs. Peyton Spahn had 9 kills to lead the way for East Central. Jayla Buford with 8 kills as well to her credit. And Emily Pena with 23 assists on the morning. Valentina Tiradina with 18 digs on the way. A great effort from the Tigers, but it was just too much Southwestern this morning. The number 3 seed in the tournament moving on into the semifinals for the 10th time in GAC play under Coach Josh Collins. We do have another big match on the way. It's the 2 seed Harding. It's the 7 seed Henderson State. That is coming up next on the GAC Sports Network. But we've gotten things going in 3 sets. We are done here in this first match. Stick around. We'll be back for more for the GAC Sports Network crew. Jill Scott and Alyssa Orange. I'm Joey McWilliams.